And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of MLB DFS Quick Hits, your Thursday, September 9th edition. Hope everybody had a great Wednesday. The A's are trying to get the stack for us, didn't quite get enough. The Padres chalk went off. Darvish pitched well, but Montas, Eovaldi, Waino all got the job done, the big three. So overall, Orioles came through. Should have had a pretty good night. Should have had a pretty good night with you quick hit listeners out there. Hopefully you did. If not, 5 games for you on a Monday. You can check me out on Twitter at BDintric. If you have any questions, hit me up there or hit me up in the new Fantasy Degens Discord. We moved the Slack chat to Discord. So if you'd like an invite, come hit me up. I'll get you over there. Also, check out my written content at RotoBaller.com. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the premium values article. Tuesday, Thursday, the free DraftKings picks. And also doing my cash game values articles as well for the NFL DFS season. So come check out all the good stuff over there at RotoBaller.com. Become a premium member and get an extra 10% off the already discounted packages by using promo code Bubba, B-U-B-B-A. Also, check out prizepicks.com. Great way to play DFS and prop picks all wrapped into one. Make 2 to 5 picks on a number of different sports and prop bets. And it's a pretty awesome way. Different payout scales, 5-time payouts, all kinds of cool stuff. Over there at Prize Picks, we drop picks in the Prize Picks chat on the Fantasy Degens Discord channel. But use promo code Bubba when you create your account at Prize Picks for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Lastly, if you can give a rating review on iTunes, I would truly appreciate it. MLB DFS Quick Hits. Check out the Bench with Bubba podcast for you season-long fantasy baseball people. Tuesdays, Bench with Bubba and the Bat Flip with Toby. And on Thursdays, a special guest as always. All right, 5 games for you on a Thursday. Quick in and out. We got the Thursday night football kicking off the NFL season. Cowboys at the Bucks on that one. So you got that going for you. But 5 games, got a couple totals for you here. We have Mets at Marlins. 7.5, Rockies, Phillies, 8.5, Jays, Yankees, 9.5, Nationals, Braves, 9.5, obviously missing 1 game there. Pitching on this slate, you got Marcus Stroman, $9,400 at the Miami Marlins. Stroman struggled his last time out against Washington. Prior to that, though, 3 straight starts of 6 innings or more, 3 earned runs or less, 5 or more Ks. Pretty consistent in what he does. Not a ton of strikeouts at all times, but can get them from time to time. And he's facing a Miami offense that is striking out 26.5% of the time versus righties over the last month, hitting 220, 117 ISO, 72 WRC plus. Stroman makes for a nice cash game pitcher tonight with GPP upside at $9,400. I think if you want to pay up for the GPP arm, though, it's Jose Barrios, $9,200 at the New York Yankees. Barrios has been great his last 2 starts at Detroit against Oakland. 6 innings or more, 3 earned runs or less, 7 or more Ks. He has 6 or more Ks in 3 straight starts. It is a little dicey. I think that's why Stroman's more the cash game pitcher, Barrios more the tournament pitcher, because Barrios has been a little more inconsistent than Stro. Plus, he's facing the Yankees, but this is a Yankees team striking out 26% of the time versus righties, hitting 235 with a 110 WRC plus over the last month. So you got Barrios maybe at lower ownership because it is the Yankees, but you've seen Manoah pitched okay, got the job done. You saw Robbie Ray's been great. You saw Ryu pitch really good on Tuesday. So there's definitely options when it comes to Barrios, but I think Stroman cash, Barrios is your tournament play if you're going above 9K. Huascar Yanoa, $8,600 at home against the Washington Nationals. I'm a big Yanoa fan. Last couple starts, 5 2/3, 6 innings, 4 earned, 2 earned, only 8 combined strikeouts. That was kind of a bummer. Overall, been pretty good since his return. He's gotten you 5 or more innings in all 4 starts, 3 earned runs or less than 3 of 4. He's got you 5 or more Ks in 2 of 4. The strikeouts have been kind of the downside, the inconsistency there with Huascar, but I think that still brings him into play in this matchup versus Washington. A Washington team striking out 22% of the time versus righties. I think, your Sotos, your Bells, your Yadiels are still very intriguing options when it comes to the Washington bats. So it's not a lock, but he could be an interesting play. And I wanted to see the ownership on this one because Tukey was projected to be very, very high owned on Wednesday. And if that's the case, we'll go to get some Washington bats like I did. I had a Bell, Soto, and Yadiel stack. Bell and Soto went deep. Yadiel Hernandez got me 5 or 6 points. You just look for the leverage situations. It doesn't always work out that great, no. But it's the angle you look for in tournaments. Speaking of tournaments, Nestor Cortez at $8,000 is a perfect tournament play. Toronto's bats are booming. Toronto's bats have tons of power. It can get scary, but you got Mr. Nestor Cortez, 5 or more innings pitched in 7 straight starts. He has 3 earned runs or less in 6 of those 7. But it's the inconsistency with the strikeouts at times. He has 7 or more Ks in 3 of his last 4 starts, but he's also got a 4, a 2, a 3, and that kind of limits the damage as well. But overall, big-time strikeout stuff from Mr. Nestor Cortez. And it's a Toronto Blue Jays team striking out 21.3% of the time versus lefties, hitting 248, 193 ISO, but a 108 WRC+. So if he can keep the ball in the ballpark, that's key. That's a big if. But that's the key for Nestor Cortez. And that's what makes him a very good tournament play because most are going to want to go to Toronto. They're expensive. Vladito went deep. Simeon's got over 40 home runs. You got Bichette having a monster year. You got Teoscar, Gurriel, all these studs playing great baseball right now. Nestor could be that guy that comes in at super low ownership. Could he get shelled? Definitely could get shelled. But at the same time, if he goes and gives you 5 or 6, strikes out 6+ at like 4% ownership on a 5-game slate, giddy up. So Nestor Cortez at $8,000, tournament only if you're feeling frisky. Ranger Suarez at $7,400 is one of my favorite plays on this entire slate. For you that do listen to Benched with Bubba, we were all in on Ranger Suarez when he was the closer for the Phillies. We love this stuff. We love the strikeout upside. We love his ratios. The list goes on and on and on. He's figuring it out as a starter, folks. 3 straight starts of 5 innings or more, total of 2 earned runs in those starts, 5 or more Ks in all those starts. 71 pitches last time out, but that was efficient. He had 95 and 99 the previous 2. So he's getting the job done. He had 20 or more points in 3 straight starts, $7,400, and he's going up against our boys, the Road Rockies. And this is a Rockies team that against left-handed pitchers, and we do it for the Rockies because they're extra special. Let's look at lefties on the road over the last month for the Colorado Rockies. They're striking out only 20.5% of the time. That's good, but they're hitting 239, 142 ISO, 80 WRC plus. So I think Ranger Suarez, we're seeing him kind of find his groove. You get this Road Rockies coming out of a cooler series where they got beat up by the Giants for 3 straight. Ranger Suarez, $7,400. Chef's kiss. I think he's really good. I think he's even cash viable if you want to throw him in there with Marcus Stroman in cash games. But I like him a lot in tournaments. You can pair him with Cortez, Barrios, Stroman. I like Suarez a lot as my SP2 on this slate. Only other guys I'll mention is I'm going to see Sensatella be interesting in this slate. But Carlos Hernandez, he's probably your cash game play. But I'm a huge Carlos Hernandez fan. He brings such a great floor to the schedule. He gets beat up once in a while. He got beat up 4 starts ago against Houston. Other than that, his last few starts, back July 29th, home against the White Sox, 6 shutout innings, got you 22.5. At the White Sox, 5 innings, 1 run, got you 22.9. At home against the Yankees, 6 2/3, 1 run, 15.4. Beat up by Houston. At the Cubs, 7 innings, 1 earned, 29.6. At Seattle, 5 2/3, 1 earned, 24.2. Home against the White Sox, 3rd time he's faced him in about a month. 6 innings, 2 earned, 14.7. He's $6,300. It's the Baltimore Orioles. This is a team we love to play. They came through for us again on Wednesday night. At the same time, it's a Baltimore Orioles team striking out 26% of the time versus righties over the last month, hitting 249, 188 ISO, and a 106 WRC plus. Carlos Hernandez is far too cheap on this slate at $6,300. What I will say, the caveat I will say, if Carlos Hernandez is chalky, we are stacking the Baltimore Orioles. That simple. But I like Carlos Hernandez a lot. He should be your SP2 in cash. I like the idea of going Ranger Suarez and Carlos Hernandez and getting all the bats. It's a really fun slate. So what it comes down to, 9K and above, Stroman in cash, Barrios in tournaments. You can use Stroman in tournaments, but I like the Barrios ceiling in tournaments. Is okay. Nestor Cortez, great tournament play. Ranger Suarez is outstanding. Cesar Hernandez is outstanding. So, or Carlos Hernandez, sorry, is outstanding. So really good pitching options. My main 3, Stro, Suarez, Hernandez is who I'm circling the wagons with on this slate. Let's talk about the bats on this 5-game slate now. Catcher's position, Salvi Perez hit number 42 on Wednesday night. He gets Johnny Means. Really good play if you're paying up at the position. Otherwise, you can save a few dollars like Travis d'Arnaud's up to 4K. He continues to get the job done. If you're not using Nestor Cortez, Alejandro Kirk at 38 is very, very much in play in his matchup. Going down cheaper, though, below 3K. Danny Jansen, if he gets to start, he's $2,900. It should be Kirk, I believe, because Jansen started on Wednesday. Other than that, you're probably paying up or you're waiting for a massive punt at the position. First base on this slate, Freeman's fine versus Fede. Fede's only really good against Miami. Everybody else hits him hard. So the Braves are very much in play again. So if you want to go Freeman at 6K, you can. Vladito hit number 41, I believe, on Wednesday. He's 54 versus Cortez. Like Pete Alonso, I think it's a great play. Miami's a good pitcher's ballpark, no doubt in it. Luzardo threw well a start ago. But a guy like Pete Alonso, who's heating up, showing some of that power of late, $4,800 going up against Jesus Luzardo when that matchup is very, very strong. If you're not using Carlos Hernandez, Mountcastle went deep again on Monday. We've been loving Mountcastle. He's $4,400. Cheaper options, if you're fading Sensatella, Brad Miller's 4K in a Philadelphia stack only. Otherwise, Josh Bell, first base outfield eligible at $3,800, a great price tag. I've been talking about him a lot as a nice sneaky play. He went deep for us on Wednesday. He's homered in 2 of his last 4 games. He has double-digit fantasy points in 3 of his last 4. and he's hitting 270 over his last 10 games. He's $3,800. Could be a nice stack if you know it's popular, and he should be a part of it. Going down cheaper, though, if you're looking to really punt things down here, like Hunter Dozier's 25, I just can't bring myself to go Hunter Dozier hunting if we need to, especially if you're using those cheap pitchers. You're not going to need as much value as you think. Second base, Ozzie Albies, keep playing him at 54. I love him. Don't mind Simeon at 53. And Whit Merrifield got his 40th steal of the year. He's 5,200 as well. So 3 great pay-up spots with Albies, Simeon, and Merrifield, all a part of your stacks. If you're using just one of them, probably going Merrifield, but I love Albies. I'm loving what he's doing. Now, if you want to get weird with the Mets, Javi Baez at 47 versus Luzardo is very, very much in play as he's starting to swing a pretty good bat. He loves facing his lefties. He's hitting 324 over his last 10 games. Something to think about with Javi Baez going up against Jesus Luzardo in that matchup. Going down to low threes into the 4 range. If you aren't using Suarez, Garrett Hampson is 27. If you want to punt the position, Hanser Alberto loves facing lefties. He's 2,600 versus Means. Otherwise, not a ton down here. Even my normal guy. Oh, Jorge Mateo, second base shortstop. He's 24 if you're not using Hernandez. Third base position on this slate. You got Austin Riley's at 57. That's great. Adalberto's 45, but Johnny VR is another kind of sneaky one at 44. The Mets are going to be a stack against Luzardo. So he's 44. Freddie Gallows is 41. He's third base shortstop eligible, hitting in the middle of that Phillies lineup versus Sensatella. So he's another guy to keep an eye on. And then your discount plays on this slate, there really isn't a ton. Hanser Alberto is 26. That's pretty much the only one that stands out now. We're probably going to get most of our value in the outfield. Shortstop, you can go Dansby if you want. You can go Bichette if you want. 53 and 52, both really, really good looking plays. You got Lindor at 47 if you want to go a little different there with your Mets. But some cheaper options. Mentioned Freddie Galvis at 41. I like that quite a bit as a discounted play. Nicky Lopez is only 35. He's in play for you as well. Mentioned Jorge Mateo at 24. He's probably one of your better values on the slate, using a little bit of power and a lot of speed as he's getting things done from a fantasy perspective. Outfield position, Bryce Harper is on a tear. Went deep again on Wednesday. He's 63. I love him on this slate. And I really like Juan Soto, who had a combo meal for you on Wednesday at 5,600. So those are 2 really, really good plays. Odubel Herrera's up to 5,100. If you're stacking Philadelphia, I love it because no one's going to roster him. I just can't bring myself to one-off Odubel Herrera at 5,100. Maybe I'm foolish of me, but this is the way I'm looking at it. I love Sed Mullins at 47 if you're not using Hernandez. I think it's a great play. Adam Duvall went deep again on Wednesday. He's in play at 46 versus Fede. You got Teoscar at 45, not too shabby. You got Solares up to 43. I'd rather pay 42 for Andrew McCutchen unless you're stacking Atlanta. That's the angles I go through there. Going below 4K, again, Josh Bell's first base outfield eligible. He's 3,800. That's worth a look for you. Santander's at 35 in your Baltimore stacks. Love Eddie Rosario at 34. It stinks he's batting like 7th or 8th most games, but still swinging well. He went deep for you on Wednesday, starting to maybe heat up again. Conforto hits lefties very well. He's 3,400 if you want to be – he doesn't hit them fair. He's hitting them okay this year. He's 34 if you want to be super contrarian. He went deep on Wednesday as well. Love Austin Hayes at 32. He extended his hitting streak yet again on Wednesday. So he's $3,200 versus Hernandez in a good look for you. Yadiel Hernandez versus Yanoa is only $2,900 for Washington if you're stacking up Washington. Mentioned him. Eduardo Olivares versus Means at 29. Really hasn't been the guy we've been hoping he'd be, but they still bat him in the middle of that Royals lineup against lefties. So keep him on your radar. And then other than that, like DJ Stewart at 23 is a super tournament type play. Brett Gardner led off on Wednesday and went deep, hit a 3-run bomb. He's 23 versus Barrios. If Gardner's leading off, like that's a hell of a discount if you want to go there. But I think guys like DJ Stewart at 23, if you're looking for tournament value, that's a great value versus Hernandez, who I love. Again, he'll go like 6 maybe, hopefully get some bullpen, or if he's chalky, we're stacking against him. That's what you do, especially on these short slates. That's what we're looking to do. All right, recapping things on this 5-game slate for you. Pitching-wise, 9K and above, Stroman cash, Barrios GPP. You can use Stroman in GPP if you want. Prefer him in cash, Barrios and GPP. Yanoa's not too shabby. Might be popular, though, so keep that in mind. Cortez, phenomenal tournament play. The definition of a tournament play. Risk, reward, Nestor Cortez, $8,000. Love Ranger Suarez at 74. Love Carlos Hernandez at 63. So my main pitchers right now, Stroh, Suarez, Hernandez, with Barrios and Cortez as tournament pivots as well. Now, stacking it up on this slate for you, the Mets are intriguing versus Miami. Don't mind that. I think Philadelphia is very live for Sensatella. Sensatella's been good of late. He might shut him down, but the way Harper's swinging the back, you got Odubel, Galvis, and a couple other pieces there. Could be quite interesting. KC Baltimore, game stack city if Hernandez is chalky. If Hernandez isn't chalky, we're going to Hernandez. I think he's going to be very chalky at that price point. So give me a KC stack versus Means with Witt and Salvi, followed by the usual suspects of Lopez and a few others like that. Love Baltimore. Ced Mullins, one of my home run calls of the night. Love Ced. Love Austin Hayes. Love Ryan Mountcastle. Those are my top 3 Orioles. You can mix in your Santanders, your value Mateos, your value DJ Stewarts, stuff along those lines. Toronto, New York. Toronto's going to be a popular stack versus Cortez. That's what makes Cortez a very intriguing tournament option on this slate. And then Washington, Atlanta. I think Atlanta's a great stack. The usual suspects, starting with Ozzie Albies. But I think Washington's very intriguing with Bell, Soto, and Yadiel coming behind that. So 5-game slate should be a doozy. You also got NFL kicking off for you on Thursday night. If you have any questions, I'm on Twitter at BDintric. Come join us in the Fantasy Degens Discord channel. Lots of great stuff going on there. Check out my written content at rotoballer.com. Become a premium member at rotoballer.com using promo code Bubba for an extra 10% off. Also, go check out PrizePicks, prizepicks.com, PrizePicks in the App Store. Create an account, use promo code Bubba, get a first-time deposit match up to $100. You will not regret it. Awesome way to play prop bets meets DFS all in the palm of your hand. Great stuff there. Give a rate and review on iTunes to MLB DFS Quick Hits, also to Benched with Bubba. Would really, really appreciate it. All right, everybody, that'll do it. I'll be back with you guys on Friday with a monster slate. But for now, MLB DFS Quick Hits, your Thursday, September 9th edition. I'm out.